Hello, people. Welcome back to the first XI Indiana's channel. I'm with Ibs today. I'm with Jerry today. Guys, how we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Obviously, before we went live, we were speaking about the whole City thing. As a rival, it's not nice to see. It's always going to be someone, and in this case, it's Man City. Jerry, what are you saying, man? Mr. 21.
It's sad to see because this year could have been my first time actually see my team lift the title. But
No, it was
City,
never going to be that year. I'm
I
sorry.
know,
It
I know,
was
I know,
never.
I know that I would have, but City are just too strong. They're overpowered. Their squad depth is ridiculous, and they have a bench of like when I looks at their bench, it's like, yay, that team is just mad as hell. And I
Yeah.
don't think stopping them. It's theirs unstoppable, and I can't be too confident when we face them on Saturday because yes, it will be the biggest game of the season, but I can't be too confident because they might as well. Because
Yeah.
if I see the Fridge and Iceman partnering up together at the back, I'm sorry, I can watch that game. It will be peak for us.
But what surprises me is remember a few weeks ago now, it hasn't been long ago, everyone was saying, oh, this it's good the Premier League's changed, there's no more dominant team, and then City come and do this whole thing.
I wasn't really expecting City to do this sort of madness here because everyone kept saying that, oh, Pep's finished, Pep's finished. Look, people need to respect Pep here because keep saying that, oh, if they want to dominate, go in Champions League. And people should understand that Champions League is one of the difficult tournament in the country,
Yeah.
in Europe. And it takes time for them because very soon, I think Pep will win this year, in my opinion. 'Cause I don't see Bayern Munich stopping them because Bayern Munich have been struggling this season. And something tells me that Pep might win the quadruple was what everyone kept talking about, yeah. Because if actually see the quadruple here, I am deleting Twitter. I do not want
Would you
any
be
City fans
surprised?
contacting
Would
me.
you be surprised if they won the
No,
quadruple?
you, no one will see me again. I will delete Twitter, Instagram, everything. You will not see me for 5 months. No, I am not. No way. I don't want to see that.
Ibs, what about you?
Nah,
Like in the quadruple thing, would you be surprised to
quadruple.
see that?
The thing is, I wouldn't be surprised to see it, but I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. They'll win the Carabao Cup. They'll win the league, Champions League.
I think they
I
will,
still
you
think
know.
Bayern. I still think Bayern are strong, but I think City are favourites at the moment. And obviously, FA Cup, they're still in it. But seeing City win 4, no, that just no other team. I don't think any other team has done that, and they'll just be the greatest team.
This is a thing for me. I just think they're the best all over the pitch because you have Bayern, but defensively, Man City, in my opinion, are better than Bayern. I don't see
Facts,
who stops
100%.
City because I just see City. They just keep winning. Like they just conceded, like what was it, an equaliser? Then they went and won 4-1.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's
My
obviously it's
team,
not good to see from a rival point of view, but you have to respect it. You have to respect it.
of course, man.
We'll speak about that a little bit about the game this weekend. Then United City. Are you confident?
I'm saying that it's a derby game and anything can happen. Obviously, we can easily just get popped by City because obviously the way they play, they dominate the ball, tire out opposition, and then just score goals. But in derby games, I say if you sit back, play on the
Derby
counter,
games, yeah, but these are just a lot better than you. Like.
yeah, and there's no fans. That's the difference, I think. So if there were fans, anything could happen. But I don't want to say we're going to lose, but it's looking
You're
like the
gonna
only
lose.
option.
Is that what
It's
you're
looking
trying to
like the
say?
only option.
Jerry, what about you?
I might not watch it to be fair, because I don't know. The only thing I'll look at is results, and if we win, then wow, it'll be like
If you
2018.
win, you're gonna say you watched it. If you lose, you're gonna say I didn't bother putting it on.
I didn't know because like this will be like because even if we win, like this will be like 2017, 2018 season. We beat City 3-2 with Pogba double here, if you remember, and
Yeah.
City still won the league. So I might not even bother. So that's why what we need to do now is just focus on FA Cup because this will even if we win on Saturday, they still won the league, and no one's going and they'll keep winning even if they lose. That's why I don't really bother. But I'll be happy at the same time. But same time, they still won the league, and obviously drawing points as well. Personally,
Yeah,
for me,
they're just better than everyone, Man City. I think It's hard to find consistency, but they've gone like 21 games in a row, all wins now. So it's mad in terms of trying to give them some respect. Chris says Chelsea to compete with City next season. Not for me.
No.
Nah.
Why not?
Still think Man U are still like one step behind City, and
Oh,
You
yeah.
think Man United are closest City?
yeah, well, they're
No.
definitely closer to City than Chelsea are at the moment. But it all depends on recruitment. All depends on the recruitment that happens in the
I'll
summer.
ask you this then before I go, Jerry. Do you think who do you think is closer to Man City? Speaking of next season, Liverpool or United?
The thing is about, I don't know about Liverpool, but for us, yeah, there's some things that we need, that there's some bits the gaps that we need to fill in. Like, we still need to work on the partnership. Like, listen, I like Maguire and Lingard. I like them too, but not together. They're good players, but we can't play them together. That's why we need a centre back the next season, yeah, to partner up with mine, because like partnership duo together. People need to stop getting onto Maguire. It's not always him. It's a partnership. Partnership is very, very strong, and we need a centre back, and also we need a right winger, because we haven't had that since like Ronaldo. This is 2008, which is quite embarrassing. And also we need a striker, a long-term striker, because Marshall is not a striker, and Cavani is a good player. Cavani, but it's not for long
Martial ain't
term.
a football player. Not just a striker. He ain't a football
Hey,
player.
leave him
Not a
alone,
Man
man.
United player anyway.
Hey, he is. Leave him alone, man. Don't forget he was top scorer last season. So just let you guys know.
What top scorer
He's
for
just saying
you
he had
last
to.
season? But I thought you were shit last season.
We watched it last season. It was
Exactly.
good, but like we were not that shit. We weren't.
You weren't great. Velvet Schwan says when we get Renato, don't get me starting on Renato Sanchez,
Behave
bro.
ourselves, man.
Renato Sanchez. He's not Premier League Big Six quality. I'm sorry, he's not up there. Chris, yes for me, because if we get Haaland and others, but we are coming. Yeah, we haven't got Haaland yet. Like we have to look at it, what you're going into next season with. And if we're looking at realistic, I don't think we can say anyone's gonna get Haaland yet, because
No.
it'd be a massive signing for whoever. Chelsea coming, this is Chelsea. Ferguson Haaland would rather work on the club than you'll try and go over a manager. And apparently Liverpool broke. But look, we're going to speak about the game. So just really quickly on that Man City Wolves game, what were your thoughts on that? Because for me, when Wolves equalised, there's no excitement for me, because every bit of excitement that there would have been is gone now, because I don't know how many points Man City are clear now, but I know Man United aren't going to win the rest of the games this season. I know Man City could very well do that. So it's over, isn't it?
It's definitely over. It was over a few weeks ago. And literally when Wolves got the equaliser, I wanted to celebrate a bit, but then City went and just scored 3 other goals. It just shows how ruthless they are, and just give them the title now.
Jerry.
Me, to be fair, I didn't even when they equalised, I didn't bother celebrating, because if you actually look at Man City's bench, they had Gundogan on the bench. He's been absolutely outstanding this season. They have Aguero on the bench, Ferran Torres on the bench, Fernandinho on the bench, Ruben Diaz on the. I'm sorry, this is why I didn't bother celebrating. I knew when Pep looked at the bench, he would just bring them on and they'll do the thing. That's why I didn't really bother celebrating.
Man City's bench
But
gets top 4.
Definitely.
Man City's bench gets top 4.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Aguero's fully fit, because right now he's still injured for playing. That's why Pep stopped playing him. So Gabriel Jesus, I've seen people he used to start hating him a lot, including myself, but they kept comparing him to Martial. But Martial's still better than him, but Martial needs to get back to his form. But Jesus, I think he's done well for himself, and I'm happy for him, because like right now Pep kept believing in him, and everything that he's been doing is really good this season. He wasn't really as good as he is, but I spoke to all Man City. I asked Man City fans about Jesus here, but the question is Jesus a long-term plan for my long-term striker, so for Aguero's replacement? That's the question I've been asking all Man City fans.
I think they wanted him to be, but I think we all know he's not. Jerry, don't nod your head. We know he's not.
He's definitely not. He's not good enough for City to be their main man. And I think
So why are
City
they in
will
the top of the
invest
league
in a
then?
striker.
So
They've
why are they in
rotated
the
their
top of
team.
the
They
league?
play
We
with
look
like
at
a
them
false
top of the
nine.
league, but he's barely scored any goals, Jerry.
This guy, I don't know why I kept Pep playing him then. That's the thing.
But you haven't really got anyone else, or you play people out of position because Aguero's not been fit.
Oh, they play Ferran Torres as well, a striker as well, and he's been doing bits. And that's yeah, he has. Ferran Torres cost 20 million.
He had a good start. He had a good start.
Hey, that's a bargain, you know.
It's a good signing. But Sheffield United Liverpool then. Liverpool finally got a win, 2-0, clean sheet. Adrian actually got a clean sheet, which is probably the biggest surprise of the game. Do you lot think Liverpool are, how do I word this, favourites for top 4 in the current race?
You're definitely still obviously in the race for top 4. I don't know about favourites because West Ham, we can't just neglect West Ham. They're doing amazing. David Moyes is doing amazing with that team. We are close with Chelsea, but I still think Liverpool will get top 4. I feel like someone like Leicester will drop out.
Yeah, the injuries Leicester have are wild right now, Jerry.
Liverpool, if you wanted to retain this title, you guys should invest more players because you saw that I must say now, you saw that last season, yeah, you lost so many games. You lost to Watford 3-0, you lost to Atletico 3-0, lost to Arsenal 2-1.
3-0, no, we didn't.
No, Watford 3-0, you did.
Oh, yeah, but you said let's go 3-0.
Atletico, no.
Here we go. Let's run it back a little bit, yeah.
I'm not saying, but you guys should have invested. Yes, you've won, but I'm saying if you want to retain this title, you should got to put more players as
100%.
well. Because those games, those type of games, those 3 games were type of games where your players were on decline. Because Klopp, hasn't changed the system yet. He should have done that. It's going back to Dortmund days now. And yes, it was good performance. Curtis Jones, he's a very good player. And everyone else, and Salah, what's happened to Mane this season? Why is he on bad form?
Loads of reasons. Players around him injured, and obviously just himself. Mane's never been a good finisher, in my opinion. And if we're relying on someone to finish our chances, it's not Mane, in my opinion, anyway.
And you have so many injury prone players. You have Keita injury prone. You have Oxlade-Chamberlain, Joe Gomez, Van Dijk. What's happening to you guys? Now you lost.
They're not even injury prone, to be fair, though. Some of the ones that you just named are, but I think the injuries this season have just been unrealistic in that sort of way.
Yeah, and another thing I'll say is now, if you want to win a title next season, you need to buy more players. You have to spend more. You have to let people.
For me, What you say that, but when this season started and we had our fully fit team out for the first time ever, I was actually happy with our squad depth on competing with City or being better than City. I don't think you realise how many injuries we have right now. And people who say that we don't have squad depth, we do. Our squad depth is just injured.
Yeah, to be honest, you did sign a few players in the summer like Hotter and other players like that. So it did increase your squad depth, but you are unlucky with injuries. But at the same time, I think Liverpool could have signed more, especially how they were champions. Yeah. They obviously had the finances to potentially do it, and you just didn't.
Yeah.
And plus, you guys should never have bought Thiago Silva. Thiago the contract him. You should never bought him because this guy is an injury-prone player. Yes, he's a Champions League winner. Yes, he's a good player, but he does not fit into a club system. He doesn't. He doesn't have legs.
There's not enough proof yet, man. There's not enough proof.
Listen.
I can't write Thiago off yet. Like what he's done in his career, I cannot write him off yet. Felverschwan says, Sonny, apparently we were linked with Nico Barella. Yeah, we are. Hopefully Wijnaldum going the other way. I need to see Wijnaldum go. What's the next game? What should we speak about then? City, West Ham, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Just City, very good again. West Ham, obviously, very good as well. That's a promising performance from them, and obviously they're in the top 4 race, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. David Moyes, it's kind of similar to David Moyes when he was at Everton. Everton were always pushing towards those European places, the top 4, top 6. And I feel like David Moyes is kind of emulating it with West Ham at the moment. Whether they'll sustain their position in the top 4 or even in the top 6, we'll wait and see. But what he's doing with West Ham and that group of players is actually amazing. And you can only give him full credit for it.
Because we have to remember, these actually came into this season as, I won't say relegation favourites, but they were always going to be around that spot from what they've done last season. And they're in the top 4 after, 28 games, something like that. It's mad.
It's a weird season, you know.
I wouldn't even say it's a weird season. I think they're just doing good, man. I think we have to give them credit.
Don't forget, Southampton were top of the league that time in December or November. And
They
there's
were.
one player that I want to talk about in West Ham. It's Jesse Lingard. Jay Lings. I'm glad to see him back in action. I'm so happy for him. And obviously he was very, very bad from last season. And I'm really happy for him to see him dancing again, slapping up Tottenham. Oh, it was so nice seeing him again. And I start listening to that music again. You know that Lingard song, that Lingard music, Ibs.
No, I haven't heard it.
You're
gonna have to sing it for us, Jerry. You're gonna have to sing
it. Lingard, I'm just Lingard. No, listen to it. It's good. It's sick music. But anyway, I'm really happy for Lingard. Hopefully, if he carries on like this, going banging goals, keep performing, and hopefully he might get into Euros if he keeps it up.
Well, I recommend you change your music taste. That's what I recommend. Lancey, I think Lancey's a West Ham fan. He says, don't write off West Ham. Every team around us still has European games and cup games. We have to take advantage of that. Yeah, you do, 100%. And West Ham are definitely in the conversation for top 4. But there's a few teams in that conversation for top 4. It's going to go down to the wire. It has to. Leicester 1, Arsenal 3. For me, the biggest surprise, when I seen the Arsenal team put out, I was like, wow, this team surely gets battered by Leicester. I know Leicester have their injuries. But 3-1, Arsenal got the win. David Luiz.
Especially how it was 1-0 very early into the game. I was like, yeah, Leicester have won the game. It's already 1-0. Arsenal have really lost. I didn't watch the game, and then I saw the final result, 3-1, Arsenal. I don't know where it came from, but Arsenal obviously were the better team. And Leicester's dropping points again. No consistency. It was a bad week for Brendan Rodgers. They're knocked out of the Europa League. Losing 3-1 at home to Arsenal. I don't know what's going on with Leicester.
I think it's just injuries. I just think it's just injury. Like it's not just the players that are getting taken out of the team. It's the mentality of the others, knowing like who he's normally in our team. He's not here anymore. He's not here anymore. He's not here anymore. I just think it has a massive impact on the players who even are still there, and obviously the players not being there now. Jerry, what do you make of that game? 3-1 Arsenal. It's a good win for them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good win. It's good to see Arsenal win games again, and this Leicester team. Yeah, I told people about Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, people keep saying that. Let's see our touch candidates. Brendan Rodgers bottles it every single time, like they did with Liverpool. And plus, they lost the game because they lost so many key players. They lost players. This happened. This same thing happened last season. Where we beat the last day of the season.
But you got to add some context. Like the injuries they've got right now are bad. Leicester.
I know. Listen, it's true because last season they lost. There was no Madison, no Ndidi. That's how we got lucky. We got top 4. And this season they lost Madison. Yeah, again they lost, and Harry Barnes. He got injured, and that's why. And Pete. That's why these two were very important. Let's see. And that's why Jamie Vardy's not banging goals this past 2 games.
Yeah, you need good players around you.
Leicester will definitely drop out top 4, in my opinion. So they'll go about like 5th or 6th.
Wait, you think Leicester will finish 6th?
6th or 5th?
It'd be another big drop off for them, though, wouldn't it? Another big drop off. They won't want to see that because that would be the same thing 2 years running, and that would be painful for Leicester fans. Well, Tottenham 4, Burnley 0. Burnley always have these games where they just get smacked, and Tottenham took advantage of that. And Bale, what a performance!
Yeah, Bale, he's enjoying his football again. He's back at Spurs, starting to put in the performances. He scored midweek in Europa League, which was like a similar finish to the one against Burnley. And yeah, Bale, I wouldn't say he's back to his best, but we're seeing glimpses of what Bale can do.
Yeah. And
obviously Spurs are not I don't think Spurs in the top 4 talk. They're definitely not. But I think Spurs, it's hard to talk about Spurs because we don't know what their aims are. Like their aims might be to get top 4, but then they just don't make it. And then
I think it's just a trophy, to be honest. But obviously, we don't know that until they get later on in those competitions. I think that is what they're going for. Tottenham. They're obviously in a cup final, which they against a really good Man City team, which I don't know how they stop Man City. Yeah, Jerry.
That's just something. Firstly, for me, yeah, I think Tom not going to win trophy this season because one, they got knocked out every cup. Two, I don't think going to be Man City in the final because the form that they're in is just disgusting. And three, the Europa League, people saying that Man United are favourites now because we have AC Milan now. That's a tough game.
No, you
There's
don't
no
like being favourites, do you?
No, I want to win. I want to win Europa. I don't think
Just
they got.
accept
I
your
don't think
favourites. Just accept it.
we are favourites.
Oh,
But
right. I thought you
Tottenham,
were trying to
obviously,
say no. I thought you were trying to say like
I
you didn't
said
like being
Chelsea's not
favourites
winning
or
nothing.
something.
No, I said Joe's not winning the trophy. I said he's not winning no trophy this season because we are favourites to Europa League. So it's gonna be very tough for him.
Then again, the favourites don't always win.
But you never know though, because the squad that we have is very 56. We have a lot of players. We have so many good talent. Diallo, Cavani, all the winning Pogba, Bruno, all this playing on form. Even Rashford as well.
Oh, those players can't get past the semi-final yet, man.
They will. I know they will. Because if you have Cavani and Bailly up
Well, they
top,
got to prove it.
in
This is what I'm saying. I have no problem with them
they will
winning
do
it,
it.
but they have to prove it.
They will this season. I trust my manager.
You also said something else early on this season, Joe.
What did I say?
You said 21.
I gave up my blood. I also want the FA Cup and I want this time I want a double now. I want FA Cup and Europa
So
League.
I'll wait
That's
till you
just what
give
I
up on
want.
them as well, yeah?
No.
Probably the most boringest game of the weekend. We always get these Sky Sports building it up like it's going to be the best game the Premier League has seen. Chelsea 0, Man United 0. The penalty incident. For me, it's a penalty. I don't know really what happened that whole Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire referee incident because we don't know about it. But the penalty incident, speak about me. Speak to me about it. Is it a penalty? Is it not a penalty?
Yeah, it's a penalty according to the rules. Obviously, hit the defending player in the box, hit his hand, and if that's the rules, that's a pen. Whether I agree with the rules or not, it doesn't matter. But if that's the rule and it hits his hand and you check the monitor, you seen it hit his hand. I don't know why he's not given a pen. Obviously, apparently Luke Shaw says he doesn't want to cause controversy. Well, that's obviously just we don't know whether that's true or not. And the ref, who knows? Is it the ref or is it VAR? That's what I want to know. Who's like at fault for this decision?
Look, everyone says the refs, but I just think that there's problem either way, VAR or no VAR. You always get different issues, just the same amount of issues. So I don't think there's a way to keep football fans happy. That's what it is for me. Jerry, what are you saying about that game? Penalty?
Personally, for me, like I'm a real fan. Firstly, I don't think it's a pen for me because the ball was bouncing. When the ball came down, it was bouncing, and it went touches your hand. Yeah, I don't think Hudson did it on purposely because it was not a penalty. I can see. I was watching the game, but the ball was bouncing. If you can't control, he couldn't even control the ball. So that's why I don't blame him. I don't think it was a pen for me. That's my personal opinion.
You don't think it's
And
pen?
no, it wasn't a pen. The ball was
Oh.
bouncing. That's why it can't be a penalty. Then, if he touched it with his hand, then it's a pen. But he tried. But he wasn't trying to touch the ball when I was watching it. I watched it 10 times, but he wasn't a pen. And about the game, yeah, I want to tell some of my mom, Oli. This is why I had to give up because this is the match that shows that we're not touching because one, Oli wasn't back. Even you know that Oli didn't get back transfer window. And also that 6-1, as that 6-1 lost to Tottenham, yeah, that gave him a serious PTSD. Like, nah, he doesn't want to do, doesn't want to be open, doesn't use like, he doesn't want to like happen to him again. So that's why he's been so scared to go against top six. And the rest of the games, he ends up winning. So
Do you think that's it?
that's why I didn't. Yeah, it's true because all the games that we've drawn, yeah, just because of that 6-1 loss, and Oli wasn't trying it.
I don't
He
think
doesn't want
that's
that
it
anymore.
because at the start of the game, obviously I thought from the start of the lineups, I thought we're just going to sit back, let Chelsea attack us and play on the counter. But we actually played a higher line. We actually were passing it, moving forward faster than I expected. But we didn't create any chances. We didn't create too many clear-cut chances. And then as the game went on, even both teams Chelsea as well, they didn't want to attack. When it got later and later into later stages of the game, no one wanted to commit men forwards because obviously they'll be susceptible to the counter attack. And it was the same for Man U. When it got later and later into the game, we didn't want to commit men forward because we didn't want to be susceptible to the counter. So I feel like both teams kind of cancel each other out, but at the same time, no one really went for it, which is the disappointing part of the game.
I think it was similar to, similar in a different way. Can you remember the FA Cup tie last year with Chelsea and United? I just felt the lineups was, when they put out those lineups, I was feeling like you're both going for the same sort of tactic. Like you want the other team to try and go for it. I felt not the lineups this time, but I felt the game was kind of similar. But where do you two stand on Ollie then? Because for me, I've seen a lot of disrespect towards him. I just think, I look at available managers right now, and I don't see any other manager doing a better job, if I'm being honest.
Listen, I this off, man. These fans on Twitter, they just like piss me off. Remember, those Jeds guy with the Pogba picture? No, Jeds, the Pogba picture. That put the 4 pictures of Ollie and said I feel sick. Like I was like, if I knew this guy in real life, I would give him a nice slap on his face. How can you be disrespecting our legend? Ollie is trying to do best as
Hang on, no, but you got to separate them though. To be fair, from what he's done.
Well, we're second in the table, and people.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's very.
We still Ollie out. They're saying no system, no style play. But there's a system. He has taxes as well. But if there's no taxes, why are we winning games then? Why are we in the second table then? He says it's not good enough. And plus, after that transfer window, it was poor. And everyone kept saying that no one expects us to be Charlton. I didn't expect us to be Charlton. That's why I started saying Tottenham was coming with the squad that we have. But this is the best squad that we had, Sir Alex Ferguson. That's what we need to realize, man. And that's why I give my manager. That's why I trust Ollie, because people are they're so deflated as if the season's not over yet. The season's not over yet. We're still in the FA Cup and still beat these Europa League. So people need to shut their mouths, bro. That's what annoys me.
Yeah, that is the annoying part about obviously our fan base. Because obviously Ollie is doing a great job with the players we have. We're obviously second. We're in 2 competitions still. But I guess with that part of the fan base is that they expect our players to do even better than what they're doing now. I think they have such high expectations for people like Rashford, Bruno, Pogba, Martial, that they think that we should be challenging a City for a title. But City have had Guardiola, the best manager in the world, for a few years now. So he's coached players like Sterling to become better players. And we've had Ollie for like 2 seasons now. You can't just coach someone like Rashford or Martial to become the best in 2 seasons' time. It took Guardiola a few seasons to get players like Sterling, Mahrez to their best.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, he brought Mahrez in, and it took him like a year, innit? So go on, Jerry.
Exactly. And also, people were saying that Ollie hasn't improved anyone, but Ollie made Rashford into one of the best wingers in the world right now. He made Martial into one of the top strikers in the Premier League, and yes,
he did. Yeah, people forget that.
He did. Don't forget last season. And also, he made Luke Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka into one of the best fullbacks in the league. Ever since Tellers came in, Luke Shaw has exploded. No one expected us, because like after that Tottenham game, everyone wanted Shaw to be gone, and Ollie still believed in him and still played him. And look at him now. He's probably like he's my, because from my opinion, in February he's my player of the month. And we should have bought a right back in January, because as soon as we actually bought a right back here, no, and though it's not there. And if we bought a right back here, if we actually bought a right back here, Wan-Bissaka will explode as well. He would have exploded. So that's why people need to start respecting Ollie for what he's doing.
Well, surely then in the let's say this then in the past, surely we have to take away that blame from Ollie and put on the players then, because obviously the players, their mentality is the issue. But should they really need challenge in their position to motivate them to play football? In my opinion, no.
I think all great teams have had players to challenge. Man City, look at Man City's bench. There's so much competition in the City team, and look how they're flying at the moment. Bayern Munich, Liverpool last season, Okay, maybe you didn't have too many challenges on the bench.
Got something back now.
Yeah, but I'm saying most of the best teams in history, they have players who are always competing for the best.
No,
And to
I
be on
get
the-
that, but what I'm saying is like when Jerry said you got to bring in a right back to make Aaron Wan-Bissaka perform. For me, that's not it. Like it might be it, like in the actual situation, but for me, it shouldn't be it. Like I think Wan-Bissaka should be performing anyway, regardless of who's behind him trying to get that position.
He's performing now.
No,
Like,
I get that,
imagine
but he's not been look, he's not been as good as Luke Shaw. He's probably been a little bit better than Luke
He's
Shaw
been
was
very
before
good.
Telles.
But let's be real. Wan-Bissaka has actually improved this season. He's been involved in goals, assists, and he's been attacking more this season. And plus, I wish if Southgate does not put Wan-Bissaka in Euros,
He's off,
I
mate.
would
He's not even a part of
absolutely
England anymore.
fuming. No, he is. Last time got the call out was 2019 September.
No, do you know the news that
I
came out?
no,
He said, or something came out that said
no.
maybe
No,
if
they
Wan-Bissaka
said
doesn't
if
get picked, he's gone.
I don't want that time because he's England's best right back. Listen, he's probably been one of the best right back this season. He's been better than Trent. He's been better than Reece James. And don't forget, okay, Walker obviously is gone. I'm not saying you start for England, but he should be in the squad. But Walker is to be started because obviously he's a Premier League one and he's more experienced. And Walker and Kyle Walker is 30 going to 31 now. Yeah, and it's not long left. That's why we need him. That's why we need to keep Wan-Bissaka because what if Walker and Trippier retires next year? We get how we need someone that is on good form to play. And Trent is good player. Trent is good, but he hasn't been good this season. Wan-Bissaka has been one of the best. And he's one of the reasons why we are second, one of the reasons why where we are. Him and Luke
Yeah,
Shaw as well.
I completely get where you come from. That I'm going to ask you two a question in a second. I just want to answer this. Felshwan, if we don't sign an attacker this summer, do you think Harvey Elliott will have an important role next season? For me, no. Like he might do if we don't sign an attacker, but hopefully no, because he's going to be 17, 18 next season. I get the whole thing. If you're good enough, it doesn't matter your age. But Harvey Elliott, he's going to come from one season in the Championship. He's going to be playing in the Premier League. I don't think that's what we won't be Premier League champions next season, but we should still be competing. And if Harvey Elliott is involved in our squad, I don't think we're performing right as a club. If you get where I'm coming from, I think we need to bring in a little bit more attacking depth and a striker. Get Firmino gone. I don't need to say that many more times. Firmino needs to go. He's not good enough.
Wait, what position does he play? Elliot. What
I
does he
think
play?
he's a winger. He's a winger. Yeah.
Mm.
He's very good. Look, don't get me wrong. He's actually one of Blackburn's best players this season. I just think Liverpool, who are Premier League champions right now, should we really try and look Harvey Elliott to get in the squad yet? No, not for
You need
me.
more players, man.
We do
Sometimes you
need a striker, mate.
sometimes you guys need to move players on. You can't just keep them like we did. We had Van Nistelrooy,
Trust
Ronaldo, and Rooney, and then we moved on Van Nistelrooy because you can't expect them to play like every single like they get burnt out. Just move them on. Look what as soon as Ruben went to Real Madrid, this guy was banging goals on the form, and some players like you guys need to move. You need to buy more players.
Yeah, but we have a lot of Deadwood.
Sell
A lot.
yeah, you need to sell some players like we need to sell Chamberlain because he's not good enough anymore.
Mm.
You need some Mane, Firmino, or Salah. You want to sell them? More Salah.
I only want to sell Firmino, if I'm being completely honest with you, because people say this whole thing is if Firmino goes and Salah and Mane get worse, they don't get worse. I'm sorry. I've watched Firmino long enough to know he's not what people are trying to tell us he is. He's not. He used to be, but not anymore. Ibs, I'll ask you about Man United. What do you think you need to bring in this summer to challenge Man City? Because right now you're proving you're not there yet.
I'll say two positions at least need to be strengthened: centre back and a winger, creative winger. So we need a solid centre back partnership. Obviously, Maguire is going to be one of the centre backs in that partnership, and we need a solid centre back. And obviously, we need a creative winger. All our wingers that we have are goal scoring wingers. They don't look up to pass the ball or to create chances as much. So obviously, someone who linked with Sancho who's definitely a creative winger. And yeah, I think that's what we need, because we can't just rely on Bruno to be our only
Yeah.
creator in the team. What are you saying, Jerry?
What do you think? What do you think of Amad Diallo? Do you want to see him starting?
No, this
I
is
think
the same thing with Harvey Elliott, man.
he obviously has great potential, and
Mhm.
we're yet to see it. So I think he just obviously just needs to just keep playing games, being on the bench, getting a few minutes each time. Even if we get someone like Sancho, it doesn't hinder Diallo's progress. He's going to still learn from the best, and who knows,
Okay.
we could potentially have a Diallo, Sancho, Rashford up front. Who knows?
And hopefully Daniel James can go then. I like Daniel James, but he has to go because I don't think he's good enough.
Yeah,
You know what?
he's
I
not good
think
enough for the.
if you just lowered him down the pecking order, I think he might be good enough.
He's already on the bench, and he doesn't come on when he's on the bench. When we have a full team, he wouldn't come on anyway. So he's
The
already
only
quite low in the order, and he's only playing at
and
the
the only
moment due to injuries.
yeah, no, it's not that. James Ollie got back in the starting now just because of we didn't have right winger and Daniel and the Greenwood has been very poor form. But that's understandable because of obviously what happened to him. And Daniel James, I think Daniel James has actually improved the season, in my opinion. I'm not saying that we should sell him now, but I think he should keep as a squad player. But he's been, hopefully he gets a running game. Hopefully he starts tomorrow because we're facing Crystal Palace, and hopefully he doesn't madness like he did because the amount of hate that this guy gets is just
Mm.
acceptable amount of hate. They're comparing, he's saying that if Daniel James wouldn't be a footballer, he wouldn't get into any team. Well, if he is bad there, that's you'll think it. Even one of the reason why Bielsa in Leeds try and get him in some of them.
On this comment here, the Glazers don't have money. They have lost 100 million of revenue money. The Glazers always have money. They always have money.
They always have it. It's just they don't want to spend it, or yeah, that's literally the
Laziness,
reason.
man.
The Glazers have money.
The only,
They're some of the
the only
richest owners
time
in the league.
the only time they spend money as if we're out of the Europa League. That's all the time they spend money.
You out of the Europe? What do you mean out of the Europa League?
No, sorry, when Europa League, sorry.
Oh right, yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
know.
sorry.
Do you think
No, but
Martial has a future at the club?
Oh, not for me. Not for
he's
me.
not.
This guy
No, to
doesn't look
me,
interested at all. And it's like
no.
I've heard people say this, United fans as well. Similar excuse to Firmino. He offers something different. What is that different? Like, is that for a different sport, or because he doesn't look interested on the pitch? He doesn't look good enough on the pitch.
I feel like he just. I don't know what's wrong with his confidence. Like, we brought in like a few seasons ago when we brought in Ibrahimovic, and obviously Martial's number was changed and he was shifted out wide or whatever. His form went down,
Yeah, exactly.
and then last season he's the main guy up front, scoring 20 plus goals, and now we bring in Cavani. His form goes down. Surely bringing in strikers or top quality players will make you improve, but for Martial it seems like it's the opposite. It's like we're
Yeah.
saying that he's not good enough and he doesn't want to fight for his place, and when he does get the chance he just doesn't take it. So I feel like selling Martial is literally, if we sold Martial and got a top class striker, I
We're
wouldn't
not selling
mind,
them.
but I don't see any clubs buying him. That's
We're
the
not
problem.
selling them.
Why not, Jerry?
We can't sell them. Don't forget, we can't sell them because don't forget what we have upstairs. And personally, for me, I don't think we should sell them because that's quite reactionary, yeah. And don't forget, every striker will get through the bad
Is it
times. Not just
reactionary?
him.
I don't know.
It is.
We
Look,
sold Lukaku.
LinkedIn. Listen. I never liked Lukaku. Don't mention him again. Yes, he's doing well, but I never liked him. I didn't really like him.
Yeah, but the Glazers don't care if you like
Listen,
Martial, man.
listen. Marshall, yeah. I'm not saying we still him. We still keep him as a squad player. He could be very good backup to Rashford because like we'll switch every time.
Does he
Left
want
wing
to be
back, right
backup
wing back.
though?
He does look what happened in 20. Like remember when we started Jersey, yeah, at the start of 2017, we started changing it all the time. Like whoever scores, you're
Jose
playing
got
like
sacked.
Marshall. No, I'm talking about 2017,
Jose still got
18
sacked.
season. I know, but like that's at the start of the season. That's what he was doing. He was rotating them.
Long term, that obviously didn't work.
I know it didn't work. I'm not saying like that's what Ali should be doing. We start rotating Rashford and Marshall again. Go back to it. And Marshall
No.
looks better when he plays out wide as well.
He is definitely a winger. I think he is better on the left wing, but left wing is Rashford's position,
I know.
and Martial. Obviously, I don't think Martial would want to be on the bench. He doesn't see himself as that type of player, as a bench player,
Boy, he has
and
to
that's
be
a
dropped now
problem.
because he's been in very, very bad form. And Greenwood as well. Greenwood's always starting on. And don't forget, Cavani's back. So we've got to use him tomorrow. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again.
Oh, mate, Cavani's back for guess who's back for Liverpool? We got Fabinho back, we got Jota back, we got Alisson back, we got a lot back. Come on, top 4. That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. And so from where we were a few weeks ago, top 4 is a very good achievement. The start of the season is probably an awful achievement, but we just need to get top 4 and
Yeah,
move on.
Sonny. I have one question
What?
for all Liverpool fans.
What?
Why on earth is Why is Klopp always dropping FA Cup and EFL Cup? Why are they trying to win it?
You say that. I think he's still trying to win it. This season, we've gone for very strong teams in the cup. We played a very strong team against
Arsenal are good.
Aston Villa under 12s.
So you think Arsenal was good enough in the EFL Cup? How can you lose to Arsenal?
No, but we got beat by them, but we still put out a strong team. We've been rubbish this season, Joe. Like, that's not us not trying, or it might be, but we're still playing good enough teams that should be beating our opponent. So from Klopp's point of view, I don't think it's his fault. And people who say Klopp out, I don't understand any aspect of it. Any.
Goes to them. Plus, I
Uh,
have one question. This Minamino, let's not talk about this Minamino play. Minamino, attacking
it's like you
Minamino.
never heard of
Yeah,
it.
attacking Minamino. I know
Which
that
he
is
scores
like
against you.
no, he's not. Listen, like when you guys bought him, yeah. I want to talk about him. When you guys bought him, yeah, some of your Liverpool fans, yeah, were talking about it as if Klopp was gonna make him explode, as if he was saying, "Come
To
come
be
down."
fair, though, from what Klopp's done in the
What's wrong with
past, he
him?
looked like he would be that sort of player because you've seen what he's done with Robertson, you've seen how he brought Gomez up, you've seen how he even improved Van Dijk. Those sort of players, Minamino looked like he had really, really a high ceiling. I think Klopp would have been the best player to bring out of him, but I think a loan move, we've obviously seen he didn't settle in at all, Minamino. Like, he did not settle in one bit. He's gone to Southampton now. He looks happy. He's scored against Chelsea, sat down Mendy, sat down
That was
Christensen, I
me.
think it was. So, you know,
Taki,
it's the start of it, hopefully. It's the start of it, hopefully. Last
will he
thing about
come
Man
back?
United then. What is who back?
No, nothing. It's fine.
No, go on.
Will he come back? Cause
Yeah, no,
the
it's only a
season to
loan.
Liverpool.
It's
Okay.
only a loan. He will come back. Hopefully he stays. Because hopefully he does good enough to stay. If he doesn't, then it is what it is. But we need squad depth right now. We need squad depth. Back to United. Where do you think you need to improve in your squad? We were speaking about how you need to catch up with City. More of a different
Yeah.
question, like
All we
where
need,
in your squad is not good enough right now. Obviously, we spoke about the striker situation, but there's a lot going on in the midfield as well, isn't there?
no, all
Do you
we don't
think
know.
do you
All
think
we
Fred's good enough for our midfield?
Not to start.
Fred is good. Fred is good, but he's very good when he's next to McTominay. But one thing that Fred, yeah, needs to stop doing, he needs to stop making, trying. I've shown on top. I was like, when I see Fred trying to do that thing, I'm like, don't shoot, please,
Yeah,
Fred, don't shoot. And we need a very good DM. Yeah, imagine if we got Thomas Partey in summer. Imagine Pogba
that would have
not
been
being on
ideal.
training.
He'd be injured half the
Ah,
season if you
yeah,
got him.
that
Because
would be
Fred is not a
insane
DM.
midfield.
That's the thing. We need an
Exactly,
actual central defensive
he's a good squad
midfielder
player
who's going to
though.
stay there.
He's a good squad player though. I rate Fred. He's a good player, and also, we need a centre back like a partner with Maguire, yeah. And people saying that, oh, sell Maguire. But it's not only Maguire. People need to understand that he's playing next to Lindelof, who it's worse, and they're not good together. So even keep saying that, we should work with him Diaz. Even if we work with him Diaz, yeah, he wasn't even in the same position as Maguire because he could play next to Lindelof. But women didn't want like that. So all we need to do is just buy someone, yeah, and play and make a partnership with them so that buy as centre back so that that centre back and Maguire can work together work together and we won't be able to concede like City do. And Also, we need
But no,
that's it
you
for me.
look
We need
when you say that, yeah, look, you say not concede like City do. City have a lot of better players than United. You're not gonna
I know
reach
I'm not
City's
saying he's
quality
centre
of
back.
team this summer. Like
I
you,
know
no matter who you buy,
I'm not saying
manager
we should
including,
buy
I rate
City, but
Oli, but he's not near Pep.
I'm not saying near Pep. Like we are progressing now. Like compared to last season, like last season
100%, yeah.
we were seventh, and at that time, in that month, yeah. And now we're second. But now we're second, and people say we're not regressed. That's laziness. So I can
Yeah,
see regression.
it's mad.
I'm not saying I didn't say that Ollie's Pep. I just said there
No,
are
I
gaps
know,
that
yeah.
need to be filled. Though. There are gaps that need to be filled, like a centre back. Also, we need a right winger as well. Because I don't see Daniel James. I don't want to see Daniel James in Champions League next season. And also, also need a striker, a proper striker, like for long term. Like personally, type of striker that I'll go for is Lautaro Martinez from Inter Milan. That's the type of player I'll go for.
I know who I'd go for. It's Haaland all day. I'd actually risk not
Yeah,
bringing in a defender just to get Haaland. I think
yeah.
he's that good.
It would definitely be Haaland, but I don't see Haaland leaving this summer just because
Nah, not
his release course like
Sancho
stuff is not this year. But
and Sancho.
I think
If
Sancho
Sancho
signing
leaves
could
there,
happen.
if Sancho
But
leaves there, there's no way Haaland will leave. There's no way Dortmund
mm,
again selling both of them in one transfer window. No way. And that'll be very impossible.
So I want to read out this comment. Junior says, Sonny, how can you rate Ollie because you're a Liverpool fan and you know he ain't winning shit? This isn't it for me. I think for the first time in, 9 years, Man United have actually showed progression. You haven't done that under any other manager, not Jose. There's always been like a couple months where you think you're getting better and then you get another couple months where you just go down again. Ollie's actually bringing long-term progression to Man United. There's no winning right
Thank
now,
you.
but I think he's good enough to win. In the long term, Ollie is good enough to win. He's what? Look, I don't want to start bringing up Norway shit, but he's won.
Yeah,
Like it's not like
exactly.
he's not won stuff in his career as a player and as a manager. He's good
Don't
enough because
forget
what he's shown already. He's better than the other managers because
exactly.
what he's done compared to them. I'm not saying as a manager on paper, but what he's done at Man United, he's got the players backing him. He's backing the players, and he's actually showing that
Exactly.
he's good enough to have the job.
And people keep saying that, oh, he's the worst manager in the league. These people need to go F themselves, yeah, because they are stupid. He's not the worst manager in the league. And plus, Ollie, yeah, has won titles in Norway, yeah. And I decided to give him a chance. He got us top four in last season, which I did not expect. Because I thought we got finished out of top four that season. And only if people are so broke, I don't know why people are just lazy to see that. I keep saying whenever, because the only way people are actually going to respect Ollie is as if he delivers a Premier League. That's the only way we'll get that respect. So it's true.
Sonny, why
It's
do more
true, yeah.
fans of Cardiff hate him? We got Cardiff relegated, yes, but I just think what he's building at United, he has learned on the job. I think it was a
Yeah.
risk. It was a risk for Man United to appoint him. It definitely was because the first how long has he had the job now? A bit over a couple months over 2 years, isn't it?
mhm.
Yeah.
For the first, I want to say 18 months, it was a risk because he was always going to be learning on the job. I think he's now learned enough to be good enough for the Man United job. That's what it is
Yeah.
for me.
100%.
Hey, so what about you?
Yeah, with Ollie, he's still learning because there's still a lot of inconsistencies with the team. I see that someone said it's not progression; it's just better players. You can buy the best player and put them in a team, but it doesn't mean the team's going to perform. There obviously has to be some coaching and implemented into the team. And seeing this season how we're second, much better than last season. And I think when Ollie actually wins a trophy, people are going to stop talking about him and start respecting him. But
Do you
obviously,
think it
since he
might be
hasn't,
one of those things though, where it's going to take you so long to win that first trophy, like a bit of a drought?
yeah, I think with Ollie, he just needs to win that trophy. Once he wins it, people are going to start getting onto him because obviously he's been so close all these semi-finals and won nothing. So that's why that gives people to talk, the reason to talk badly about him. But when he wins the trophy, I think he'll stop.
And the thing is about Ollie, yeah, right. When I look at his recruitment, yeah, like people need to think about when you look at Ollie's recruitment, what players they brought in, his recruitment has been amazing. That's what people need to understand. He brought in players like Wan-Bissaka, one of the best right backs in the league. He brought in Harry Maguire, one of the best centre backs in the league. You can say all you like about his shit and that, but the thing is that he needs, like, he need body legs to him, like that can compliment him. And he brought players like Daniel James. He's good, but like not like man like quality, but very good squad player. And also like Bruno Fernandes, who's actually been a revelation to us. Like very that I never seen a player that came in January and created such an impact on us. Like he's actually been probably the best player in the Premier
One
League
of the best
season.
signings ever.
So yeah, yeah, probably yeah, he has the season. He has. And yeah, and people that need to trust the pro as well. Like he tried Ollie because Ollie knows that the Glazers not go back him. Ollie's smart, yeah. So what he's trying to do now because I'm trying to see bring through young players as well. And people just ask me to be patient. Like we're not gonna just changing the manager is not gonna make a win league straight away. Yes, a better manager can get a best out of the squad, but if they're thinking that the better manager's gonna help us win the league, they are deluded because that's not gonna happen straight away. And yes, and I like the players that he's bringing through now. He's bringing through players like Brandon Williams. He's bringing through like Diallo and Shortai. You know him? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and plus all the players and try. I like the way he always trying to make bad squad and getting the best out of what he has, not complaining as well. So yeah, I'm really happy for him. Yeah. So I must wait into next season and hopefully actually if he wins a double, yeah, the double, people can best shut their mouths, yeah, and stop talking about me and PE teacher because it's not.
Junior says recruitment, Maguire 80 million brain dead fridge, 50 million on a marathon runner, and 50 million on a Bambi on ice. We say about that, Joey.
The thing is, Maguire, yeah, like I said again, the only time he plays well is as if he played next to Bali, with who is an injury player and can't stay fit. So that's why I don't blame him. He needs and people needs. That's why we need to show up Maguire because he's actually a good captain in my opinion. And plus, I think he should never been captain in the first place. But
I think in the
after
long
that, the
term,
year,
Maguire will work.
yeah, for me, yeah, but like, yeah, hopefully if we get if Bailey stays fit and plays next to him, then Maguire will be phenomenal. So that's why he's not. And plus, people need to just stop calling him the fridge because he's not. He's actually a good player, decent player.
He's a good
And you
player, but
understand.
right now it's obviously not working for him. But Man United need a better defense. I think everyone knows that. They're not. This is one of the reasons why they're not going to be competing because they haven't got that defense yet. But I feel when they bring in that defender who can play next to Maguire, I think Maguire will show his ability. Someone
Exactly. Yeah.
needs to just do you know what I mean? Just shout in his ear. Like, someone just needs to tell him to do the right things because if Maguire does the basics, I think he's a very, very good defender.
Yeah, I think with Maguire, he's just that type of player. He obviously has been given captain, but he wants to prove himself. That's why he's always driving out with the ball, doing these turns when he shouldn't be doing them, just to prove himself. But yeah, I think with a better centre back or a more secure centre back next to him, he will thrive. But at the moment, he's just doing all the things that he shouldn't be doing.
I think we've covered everything. I think we've covered about everything. You two, thank you for joining me today. Ibs, you got anything you want to shout out before we leave this here?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter and Instagram _Ibs7_ and YouTube All Things Football.
Go check that out, people. Jerry, what about you?
So in Instagram, you can find me as Jerry_147, and on Twitter, you can find me as Jeremiah Ojan. And like the
100%.
video as well, people.
Yeah, like the video, everyone. Make sure you are liking, you are subscribed as well. And for me, LFC Sonny on Instagram and Twitter and on YouTube, The Liverpool Addiction. Make sure you go check that out. Like Jerry said there, like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'm sure we'll speak to you